Separately, we told you about this Chuck Schumer invoking a 2 p.m. rule that could be a means of keeping this hearing going on, maybe for days, weeks, who knows. Now signs from our own Judge Andrew Napolitano that it seems to be evaporating on its own. But, Judge, first of all, what are you hearing? What is the significance of this?
All right, so the Senate has a rule which says that no committee can meet beyond 2 o'clock in the afternoon while the Senate is in session unless both the majority leader and the minority leader consent. Senator McConnell, the majority leader, asked for the consent of Senator Schumer. He said, I deny my consent. And then the word went to the Judiciary Committee, you have to stop meeting at 2 o'clock. And then wily old Senator McConnell, the majority leader, pulled a fast one and said, guess what? We'll adjourn the Senate, which allows the Senate Judiciary Committee to keep ruling, to keep hearing. So the Kavanaugh hearing will continue, but there'll be no action on the floor of the Senate. The only substantial action they took today was the swearing in of former and now Senator Kyle to replace the late John McCain representing Arizona.
You know, it seems like these are creative ways. You know, when a football game is down to the last 48, 49 seconds.
Yeah, and it takes an hour.
Right, down to a touchdown in any which way they can to finagle a win. But how will this go? Well,
I think you summed it up nicely earlier. The Democrats want to delay this. Their hope is that Judge Kavanaugh is neither confirmed nor rejected, if there's no vote on him, until after the midterm elections. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Mitch McConnell has the votes, and the Democrats so far have not been able to pry loose any votes. They need to pry loose 3 votes, and I have 3 targets. Senator Rand Paul, who, if he discovers that Judge Kavanaugh, as Mr. Kavanaugh working in the Bush White House, was responsible for promulgating indefinite detention or torture of detainees, will probably not vote for him. Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, if they learn of any written documentation showing Judge Kavanaugh's antipathy to Roe versus Wade, will probably not vote for him. That will require Mitch McConnell to come up with 4 Democrats. Now, they have targeted the Democrats, so they're pretty close to asking them for that. My opinion is the Republicans will not be pried loose. Judge Kavanaugh will get about 55 or 56 votes in the Senate, and that will occur before the first Monday in October, which is when the Supreme Court reconvenes.
Do you know anything about how protesters, so many of them, get in?
I think they get in without saying that they're protesters, and it's like there's an inexhaustible supply. Yesterday, they arrested 77. I haven't seen the numbers yet today, but there isn't an empty seat there. And as soon as they drag one out, some very proper person comes in and takes the place and then starts yelling and screaming, and they drag that person
Or that
out.
It's coordinated in waves or something.
Yes, right? Yes. Senator Grassley, who's the chair, the Republican chair of the committee, accused the Democrats of orchestrating the disruption. That's a very, very serious allegation. That's one senator accusing others of disrupting Senate business. Before the Democrats could deny it, the protesters themselves stood up and said, we're not Democrats. We have nothing to do with the Democratic Party. We dislike them as much as we dislike you, Senator Grassley. I mean, you can't make this up.
You're worse than Bond scum. All right, Judge, thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
Funny stuff. I knew he would be on top of this 2 p.m. thing.